All right, welcome back. RealCopStoriesVideos.com, if you haven't already looked at them. I got 356 stories, police, vice, narcotics, naked people, dogs barking, dogs stopping at red lights, weird stuff. Okay, some woman screaming her husband's or her boyfriend's name for till eternity. Look them up; they're hilarious. They're my babies. And here's another one. I found these slowly come to me. Remember, I've done 356 of these bad boys. I'll watch TV, and a month later, all of a sudden, bam! Oh my gosh! And my wife grabs me a piece of paper, and I'm writing them down. So here's another one I'd forgotten. Okay, it's pretty good. Okay, in the 70s, the stations had. I worked at a small little station. Stations didn't have cameras in the hallways. Didn't even have cameras outside. There's no cameras in those days. I was a young policeman. We had about 3 years on, maybe something like that, and we had a brand new lieutenant, very sharp guy. In fact, they even kind of groomed him to go up in ranks, which he did. You could tell when they'd come there, he was just a guy that's going to stay there for a while, and guys that come, stay for a year or so, punch their ticket, and they're off and running, because you can see them. A lot of those people I saw. I roasted a guy that I trained as a probationer out of the academy, and I wrongly said he'll never make it, and he wanted to be a commander, okay, or deputy chief. So that's how good a character I am at picking people. Anyway, so we knew this was a sharp guy. But sharp in the mean that he was very smart, but he also defended the troops. He also would go out on scenes where there was some little bit of controversy with officers. He'd walk around as a lieutenant, which is very rare in the field, and direct traffic with the sergeants and defend his people. He was a big thing about, you put me the watch commander for this shift, I am in charge of this division, which is the way it is. You know, in those days, you had 3 shifts, days, evenings, 4 to midnight, and midnight to 8. And each of those lieutenants ran that watch for those 8 hours. Now they have all kinds of weird stuff going on. Well, he was running the midnight to 8 shift, okay? And I was working until 3 in the morning. So one night, I saw some of this and I heard some of this, okay? They had a commander that would sometimes drive around, and they never really have any hours. They just go whenever they go. And he was drunk, okay? And he had a history of this. We heard about him. There was some stories going on that before he came that particular night about this, keep an eye out for this guy. Keep an eye out, we're policemen. How are we supposed to, we're not on that level. My gosh, I've already talked to my sergeant, little commander, which is, here's how high a commander is. Sergeant, lieutenant, captain, commander, and then deputy chief, and then assistant chief, and so it's pretty high up there, okay? He's in charge of usually 4 divisions. Each division has a couple, 300 men, so you're talking about 1,000 people, 800 people he's in charge of. Pretty powerful guy. Okay, but anyway, so we're in the station one night, and we hear this yelling, okay? And somebody's coming in the back door, and it's this commander, and he's coming in, and he goes, and he starts yelling, and we look down the long hallway, and he's over there talking to people, and some guys we're in one part of the station, there's a hallway, and then there's a coffee room. Look at my RealCopStoriesVideos.com for all the coffee stories, hilarious. Anyway, he's back there yelling at people and pointing, okay, so I can see somebody run around the corner and go get this new lieutenant. And I remember he's a brand new lieutenant. He comes out, I see him looking, he looks at us, and we're pointing over there, you know. So he sees that, of course, he almost, not running, but he's moving out, you know. He's got a sergeant with him. They're going right down the hallway. And now they're standing there, and we're only, even though it's a hallway, it's only like 20 feet from us. 10 feet from the coffee room. It's right there in the apex, or the middle of all the different rooms you go to, right in the middle. And he's yelling, you know, I want, you know, what's your name? Pointing out, what's your name? Okay, and so lieutenant steps in there, physically steps in between this commander and officers. I'm going, this is not going to be good. Who are you? He's telling the lieutenant this. Lieutenant's in uniform. This guy's in plain clothes and he's drunk. Okay, I'm so and so. Oh, who cares? I want to check out a black and white. I want to grab one of your guys and go out and patrol. Really? And we're sitting there going, you know, I'm looking at my notes here because I wrote this last night. Okay, so we're all watching. There's probably about 8 or 9 of us standing around. There's 3 or 4 guys in the coffee room. We're over here, you know, and the lieutenant says, no, you're not. No, you're not. Okay. Yes, I am. Oh, you can't stop me. And then the commander turns and points at my partner, who's built like a big linebacker, big luggy guy that doesn't like spiders. Okay, that's another story. And, you know, he's like 6'6", you know, 245, cut. You're going to be my driver. Come on, let's go. You got a black and white? He's with me. He goes, yeah. Oh, come on, let's go. Oh, no, he's just seen the lieutenant turns. No, he looks at don't you move. And my partner, what are you going to, can you imagine? You're just a policeman. The lieutenant says, nobody goes with this guy. Oh my gosh. We're all thinking, well, there goes your ability to be captain. Okay, see you later. Nothing to see here, folks, you know. So lieutenant goes, you need to leave. No, I'm not leaving. I'm going, oh my gosh. What we have here is, since it's my background, what we have here is a Mexican standoff, okay? It's like, it's a Peter principle, if you guys know what that means, okay? Who's got the bigger one? And they're staring at each other. Drunk commander versus a lieutenant. And lieutenant apparently doesn't care about doing the right thing, because we're all standing there going, we don't know what to do. We're just like, whoa. Oh yeah, well I can take a car if I want to. No, you can't. He goes, oh yeah, where's that kit room key? Okay, the kit room is a room inside the station. It's kind of like an armory. It's a room that has all the print kits, all the tasers. I've got about 30, 40 shotguns, probably 300 or 400 rounds of shotgun shells. It's for if we need an unusual occurrence, we have a SLA shootout or we have something like that. The bank robbery, those guys robbed the bank. There's where you go to get your weaponry. It's like an armory, pretty much, but they call it a kit room. I don't know where that name came from. I have no idea. And you're not getting the key to the kit room. I'll break it if I have to. He says, you're leaving my station. Okay, all of a sudden he starts to hear mine in there. We're going, oh man, because he's taking it serious. This is mine. I'm in charge. They taught us away from the academy and the Marine Corps, if you're in charge, then you're in charge. Okay? He's in charge. So he goes, well, I'll take whatever I want. Okay, so then we just stood there. So then, I don't know, maybe a minute or two. It's one of these quiet, A.F. Hutton, is that right? The commercial where everybody just sits there. If it was a soap opera, they'd have camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, because nobody's doing it. We're just standing there. What are we going to do? He doesn't want to leave. And then he looks up and says, oh yeah. He broke the silence. He goes, oh, he looks like, he's up there in his face. They're literally face to face. You know what? He says, your bars are gone. I'll have your bars tomorrow. You are nothing. And they're going, wow. How did he control himself, this lieutenant, from not just popping him one? You're already digging to yourself anyway. If you're going to go down, you might as well go down swinging. But that's a lot of our other fellow officers are going, I don't know how he didn't hit him, because you're blah, 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 you're this, you're that. It says, now I'm going to leave because I want to, not because you ordered me to leave. I'm leaving because I want. Sure you are, okay? You came in here, you hit a stone wall. You have to save face, okay? You're not going anywhere. You're not taking any cars. You're not taking any officers. You're just here as a drunk old man. Your commandership, if that's a word, is out the window because you've just lost respect for everybody in here. You're supposed to be a high-ranking officer. So he turns around and he walks off, okay? So we all look at each other. Lieutenant goes, okay, there's a sergeant standing there. Sarge, guys, don't go anywhere, please. We're like, wow, we're not going to, I'll stand next to this guy anywhere he wants to go, okay? He goes, he's not even telling, he's asking us. He says, Sarge, would you do me a favor? You guys, would you mind giving him your names? Because I need a list because I have to make an entry to the chief of police, chief's office to tell him what happened, and I need witnesses to show what happened. Oh yeah, no problem. We're all ready to go. So he didn't need our statements. He just wanted our names so we can make a list. Okay, so apparently, we didn't know this. We were back doing work, and I see him in there running around with sergeants, and it's panic, not panic, but they're busy. Apparently it's 3 o'clock in the morning. He called the captain, okay, our captain. So apparently he's coming in, okay, and my partner and I had an arrest, so we're pretty much into the next almost daylight before we got done. So all kinds of people are in there. The captain shows up, another lieutenant shows up. They're all sitting around. This new lieutenant's pounding out. We didn't have computers then. We had the old electronics typewriters. He's pounding away a log entry for the chief's office. Okay, and I can see him over there looking. We're going, what's he doing? People walk by and do the old slow roll, wow. So he's got like a 3-page single-space log entry as to what happened. Okay, explain, because he has to. Okay, just threw a commander out of the station and a confrontation, and you all have your bars and all this stuff. So apparently we're all watching like a little huddle. He got done, gives it to the captain. The captain's reading it, looking at it. All right, hands it back to the sergeant. He's looking at it. His adjutant. Okay, back and forth. Everybo's now we're all going, what's going on? We only have like 3 years on. These guys got 30 years, 20 years. This is okay. So anyway, so finally. We're done, and they're done. The captain takes it. They're over there making copies of it, and everybody's getting copies. And then apparently I found out later, because the adjutant used to tell us stuff, what was going on. He said that usually what you do is you put it in the mail department, inter-department mail, and then it gets to where it's going. Oh, no. This morning, when it was done, that captain got in that car and took off to the chief's office, because this involves a commander, which is way above his level. And we heard that he went over there and dropped it off to the chief. I'll tell you who the chief is at the time, but and then roll call went for the next 2 or 3 days. Guys were asking, what's going on? No. And then the captain came in like, a week later, and captains don't go to roll calls. They got lieutenants. But when this captain shows up, he was the one that had the Mexican survey, one of the stories earlier. He's a very hands-on guy, okay? Latino, happened to be Latino, knew every officers, he has 190 some officers. He knew every officer's wife's first name. How about that? Okay. So you walk up in the hallway and you see him and you go, call my name. How you doing, sir? He goes, how's your wife so-and-so doing? I hadn't seen the guy in, 6 months. He knows my wife's name. And I'm a newlywed, for crying out loud. He took pride in that. Very smart guy. So he came to roll call. And he explained, he said, there were those of you who weren't here, because a lot of us weren't there. There was only like maybe 7 or 8 of us that saw this. Of course, as soon as not even the next morning, as soon as the sun comes up, it's spreading everywhere, And it goes to things like there was a fist fight, all kinds of embellished stuff, almost like CNN reporting something, right? Forget the facts. I'll just tell you what happened, that kind of stuff. So anyway, there was all kinds of rumors that that somebody threatened to arrest somebody. There was a fist fight, all kinds of stuff. So he came there at another mandatory roll call and explained the guys that weren't there. And then he also told us, he says, the guys that were there, please tell the guys when they're telling these bad stories. And he looks at me and a bunch of other guys. He knows who was there. He was told. Tell him what really happened. I'm telling you what happened, but tell him that there was no fighting. It just, And then, of course, a couple of guys, again, more guys more senior to me, goes, well, what's going to happen? And he goes, well, like everything else, it's if it never happened. No one's going to get disciplined. We found out, this lieutenant had about 1.5 years on, okay? Well, we found out the lieutenant is going to get promoted. We're all going, what? So it's like, he says, so as if it never happened. The chief's aware of it, he took care of it, and he says it will never happen again. And it would be more like a butt chewing than nothing on paper. And that was it. And that was one of my first exposures to thinking that everything was black and white, in the sense that, boy, they write something down, and then figuring out that the only thing black and white, we told at the academy, is the police car. Everything's gray. Everything's open to interpretation. Everything's open to bias and prejudice and political leanings and all this stuff. And you find that out as you get more and more years on, that again, the only thing that's black and white is that police car. And so we were, wow. And we were all happy because Lieutenant, who stood up for us, is not going to get hurt on this. And he didn't. In fact, literally 5 months after this, he promoted to captain, and I believe he made commander, I think. It might even made deputy chief. I don't know, because I don't follow those people. But I know he made at least commander, which is ironically the other guy was a commander, but it doesn't really matter. And then he went very high, and then I think he only had like 25 years on, he retired. So I knew he retired early in a sense. A lot of guys stayed till 30. But that's good. He didn't get burned. He had a nice career, and he took care of us. So that was pretty nice of him. So anyway, that's drunk commander. I have no idea what happened to him. Probably died of cirrhosis of liver or something. Who the hell knows? But when you hear a story about a drunk commander doing this, and all of a sudden he walks in, you see this, you go, my gosh, why doesn't somebody do this? Why doesn't the chief or somebody take care of this? This is not a good thing. That night he wasn't wearing a gun, because that night he was off duty. He had like shorts and a t-shirt, so you couldn't see he didn't have a weapon. But still, he shouldn't be running around like that. Anyway, so that's my commander story. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye.